Animal Crossing New Horizons finally has a new update, and I'm going to go over 10 coolest things they're adding. Now, there's a lot of little things they're doing, like quality of life, things to make the game easier, things the game should have had from the beginning when they were launched, characters they should have had from the beginning, but, you know, better late than never. I'm glad they're adding them, and honestly, I'm super hyped for this expansion. Well, it's a free update, but there's also a paid DLC they're adding onto the end, so yeah, sit back, grab a cupcake, little watermelon, or a celery stick to chew on. We're about to go into top 10 major things, and some little things too, in this new update. Number 1 on the list. So, this is probably arguably the biggest one in this update, just because people love it so much. But Brewster's Cafe is finally coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, with Brewster, he'll be bringing a cafe called The Roost. It'll go on the 2nd floor of the museum. And in there, you can go ahead, sit down, drink some coffee, you know, take in the vibes, hang out with your friends, and even summon some villagers using your amiibo cards. How this is going to work is you're going to use a machine in the cafe. I don't know what they're going to call it yet, just the amiibo machine, right? But basically, you're going to go ahead, use your cards, summon villagers, and they've even said that some villagers will bring other villagers with them. I don't know if there's specific combinations or if this is an exact science. We'll just have to see when it comes out. But it also looks like different villagers will pop in and out of the cafe while you're sitting in there. I don't know if this has to do with the time of day, the weather, or anything like that, but we'll go ahead and see when it finally comes out, but pretty excited about that one. So number 2 on our list, and you can tell this is not in any exact order because it is storage sheds. People have been asking for storage sheds for a long time because they were in New Leaf, and basically what they do is they allow storage on the go. So you can go ahead and place a storage unit just somewhere on your island and you'll be able to put items in there so you don't have to keep going back to your home just to get things like, oh, I forgot a shovel, oh, I forgot a net. Yeah, well, it's in your storage shed, so you go ahead and, you know, open those things up and grab them, and you don't have to keep wasting time doing those things, so that's really good. The 3 in the list are ladders on cliffs. That is a weird name, but basically what I'm trying to tell you is you can now put ladders on cliffs so that in case you're trying to reach a high spot or the next tier on the island, you can go ahead and just keep a permanent ladder on that spot so whoever comes by can just go ahead and use it. This is super nice because sometimes you don't have enough money to buy ramps or put things in certain places, and this will allow you to have a discreet way of getting on top of a cliff without it being too much of a hassle. And I know that they've also increased the amount of ramps from 8 to 10, but this is still good because sometimes I don't want to buy a ramp, you know, sometimes I don't got the cheddar for that, so it's really good to just have an easy way to do things, or even like a supplement to a big ramp, you know, so yeah. Okay, so if this wasn't in order, gyroids for me would be number 1. Gyroids are finally in the game. After so much asking and so much crying and just waiting, they're finally in, so everyone can just relax, okay? For those of you who don't know what gyroids are, they're these, how do I explain them? They're like these little music box guys that kind of you can put on your shelves or in your house, and what they do is there's certain types of them, and you can go ahead and collect the same type of them, and when they're in the same room, they will make a specific song to their type. For example, in the GameCube and the DS versions, there was ones that would like clack, they make little clacky noises, and if you get like all of them, you know, they don't make a little clacky song. Or if you get these other ones that would make, you know, just weird like brr noises or beep, bah, you know, and then you get like 10 of them and it's like this massive orchestra of like beep, boop, you know, it's super cool, and I'm honestly hella excited about that. And man, I'm glad they're here because it'll give you one more thing to collect and one more thing to do. That's awesome. Number 5 on the list is Kapp'n. Kapp'n is finally in the game. So what Kapp'n's gonna do in this update is he's actually gonna transport you to a whole new island, and the island is basically going to be a way for you to explore, kind of like how the Dodos let you explore random islands. I don't know if this is going to replace that or if this is just going to be an improved version of that. You still do both, but basically these islands look to be a little more special than the average island. You can go and there's different biomes, and it looks like it's going to be more varied than what Dodos usually let you do. I don't know if there's going to be very specific plant life you can get here, specific bugs. They weren't really too clear on what is the main reason to going to these islands, but hopefully it's worth it. The one thing that I noted that's pretty worth about going to these islands is that there is a vine that was on a cliff, and it looked like the player climbed up the vine. So it's almost like a ladder on a cliff, but it's a vine. So this would be super cool for those people who have like biomes or themes for their island, that are more jungly or foresty, because that means that they can go ahead and keep going into this theme of, jungle or forest without, dipping too deep into modernism with using a ladder or whatever. So that's really good for them, and honestly, it's good for the variety of the island. Number 6 is Harv's Island. So Harv's Island is already in the game, but originally it was only used for a few things, like photo shoots, Risa Cyrus's event, stuff like that. But what they're adding to this island is more functionality. What they're going to be adding is more of a storefront type area, kind of like how in Wild World you can go into the city and there's a bunch of stores everywhere and different animals or villagers to be seen there. In this way, you can go to this island. It looks like you can make, or you're probably going to have to pay for it. Pay for certain stores or certain spots so that other villagers can set up shop there. For example, Risa Cyrus will have a place there to get some furniture and to edit specific furniture. Kix will be there to probably sell you backpacks, shoes. Harriet's going to be there so you can get some new hairstyles and different hair colors that apparently you can't get anywhere else. But then once you do use her for the haircuts and colors, you can go ahead, go back to your island, and then they'll be available there at your mirror. Leaf will be there, to sell bushes and stuff like Leaf usually does. Red's going to be there. Now the interesting is, Red being there is super important because people have problems with not seeing Red for weeks, days, months, years, right? I've seen people on forums go an entire month without seeing Red, so this will be probably good to make it more consistent seeing him, more consistent for the people that are actually trying to collect the art. So that's honestly really good for the game, and it's probably healthy for the game because a lot of things in Animal Crossing are time wasters, and they're like that on purpose because it's the whole design of the game. A lot of inconveniences are put in place so that it wastes your time so that you play more. In this way, you can still waste your time, but you waste your time in a more meaningful way to where it's not frustrating. You want to waste your time. It's going to make you want to spend time doing these things. And so that's really important for the game, and I'm honestly happy that these are a good addition, that these are a part of the game, and it's honestly a good addition. So for number 7 on the list, we have cooking. So cooking is going to be new to the game. Basically how it's going to work is you're going to have multiple types of recipes that are DIYs. You're going to be able to farm certain vegetables that you plant and then use them for your recipes. Then once you get those, you get inside, you cook, and then you make some cool food. It doesn't really say how valuable the food's going to be in the game, like what's it going to do, is it going to boost your speed, how you walk, anything like that. All it shows in the video is that it's going to boost your food. So for example, in the video he eats a pizza or a soup or something, and he goes up to 5 food. Now, for those who know, with food, you basically just, whenever you hit rocks, you destroy them instead of, hitting them. So it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, if that's all it does, it's kind of underwhelming a little bit. It's probably mostly going to be for like, oh, hey, like, let's roleplay, I'll make you a pizza, or I'll make you a soup, or, hey, I'm a farmer, I farm tomatoes, so it's cool. But nothing too crazy. And we'll have to see when it comes out if there's anything extra to it, but it looks pretty standard, so. Number 8 on the list is new music by KK. So KK already has a ton of music, and you can find, buy, and collect. They specifically said there's gonna be 9 more songs. One of those songs being KK Polka. And basically, it's probably gonna be the same thing. You're probably gonna have to go collect them or go back every day to the store, see if they're in there. And yeah, there's not too much to say about that either. There's just gonna be 9 more things to collect, and it's pretty cool. It's good to know that they're still adding KK songs because, maybe they'll add even more in the future. So number 9 on this list is ordinances. For those of you who don't know what ordinances are, this is a super big deal. Ordinances were back in New Leaf. I don't know if they were in the previous games. I'm pretty sure it was New Leaf. You can go ahead and comment down there and let me know. But basically what they do is they give you more ways to customize how your town works. And what I mean by this is you can pretty much make it so villagers wake up earlier. You can make it so stores close later, stores open sooner, things like that. There's a lot of different players that have different ways to play and different times to play. And you're gonna have those people that maybe they work late and they get home and it's like, dang, like I can't go to the store now or buy these certain things that I need because the stores are closed. Well, now with this, you're gonna be able to make the stores open later. so that way you don't have to time skip or do anything, you know, weird or wonky, you know, so you can just go to the store, right? It'll just be baked in. So you can go ahead and make it so that your stores open later, and you're gonna have a better time going to the store, playing how you want to play, and it just being way more flexible in terms of, you know, being able to play when you want. So this is super important to the game, and honestly, I don't know why they weren't in the game from the beginning, but, you know, I'm just glad we have them now. Okay, at number 10, we have the new Happy Home Paradise expansion. Now, this is going to be an expansion. Well, I'm calling it an expansion just because it's paid DLC, but basically, you know, it's basically an expansion. Pretty much what it is it's going to come out with the free update on November 5th. It's going to be $25, and it's basically Happy Home Designer, but in Animal Crossing New Horizons. If you never got to play Happy Home Designer, it was basically a smaller, compact version of Animal Crossing where all you did was do little mini games where you go ahead and design villagers' houses and like their lawns and like stuff like that. And it was fun. It was kind of a relaxing little game. It wasn't like a main title or anything, but people that did buy it, they were very 50-50 on it because they just wanted a new Animal Crossing game. But hey, in this way, it'll be added on to New Horizons, so you know people will probably enjoy it way more. It's gonna give people way more things to do. And it's honestly looks really in depth and super creative. In this new expansion, you're basically going to do the same thing as in Happy Home Designer. You're going to go ahead, take on jobs. You're going to help design space for these animals, and yeah, you can go really in depth with it. You can do lighting, you can do music, sounds. You can do like if you want a construction room, and then you want to do like construction sound effects, or like a kitchen and like kitchen sound effects. And it goes so in depth with how you can customize these things, and it's not even inside the house only. You can literally go outside of the house and customize the things out there. Add trees, furniture, adjust the weather, the lighting. You know, same thing. So it's gonna be way more in depth than Happy Home Designer on the DS, and it honestly looks really fun. And the best part about this is it's not even that it gives you one more thing to do, because that's super important because I feel like there's not too many things to do, like activity-wise in New Horizons. It's gonna give you things to bring back. There's gonna be a lot of meaning and value to doing these activities, because you're gonna be able to do these things for these villagers. You're gonna get coins. You'll be able to spend these coins on exclusive items on that island, and be able to take back items that you couldn't previously get. So that's really cool, because not only you're gonna have a lot of fun doing this, you're gonna feel like it's worth your time, because you're gonna be getting little rewards, coins, redeemables. Be able to choose what you want to buy, bring it back to your island, and hey, be able to brag like, hey man, I just customized Rover's room, and now I have like this really cool couch or this really cool whatever, right? That's awesome. And then also from the trailer, it looks like you're gonna be able to bring back skills, and I'm just using skills as a general term, but basically you're gonna have more options to customize your own home. So that's honestly really cool too, because even more rewards for doing these things that are, you know, it honestly inherently make them more fun, because it'll already be fun, but being able to have things to bring back to your island, like that's super cool. And so I'm really excited to get my hands on this expansion. It's gonna give me a reason to play again, and probably a lot of people give them a lot of reasons to come back and play again too. So that's super exciting for just the game, the community, and just people that never got to play Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. Oh yeah, and you'll also be able to polish items. Looks like polishing items gives them a whole new feel. I don't know if it's gonna, every single item's gonna have a polish effect. Like it looks like when you polish the flowers, they get all sparkly and butterflies go around them. I don't know if the butterflies are because she polished, or if just because they already have butterflies. I don't know if you polish things that just get sparkly. I don't know exactly what that entails, except for the sparkly stuff. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But that looks really cool, and give people another way to customize their space. Now, one thing that is missing is Digby. Where's Digby? He's a huge part of the Happy Home Design team, and I don't know why he's not there. I don't know if he's gonna be like a secret character, or like maybe they're saving him for like a future update. I have no idea. Or maybe like Brewster's Cafe, like when you're chilling, maybe Digby will walk in. I don't know, but we need Digby. Bring him in. He's a super cool character, and he's Isabelle's brother, so like we need him. Come on, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. It helps me a lot because it'll encourage me to make more videos, because honestly, I lack so much motivation making these things, but I love making them. They're really fun. I just, it's time and motivation. Motivation's like the worst thing. But yeah, go ahead and leave a comment if there's anything I missed or anything you want to talk about or something you hoped they added but they didn't, maybe. You know, go ahead, just leave a comment down there. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.